Welcome back inside Uplift Property Management. Today we're going to go over the Uplift Move-In Standard and what that means. So before you rent your property out for the first time, it's important to understand what we mean when we talk about rent ready. A rent-ready property is clean, functional, and compliant, appealing to quality tenants and minimizing vacancy periods. But how do we get to this point? We at Uplift Property Management have developed what we call our move-in standard, and that involves a couple different things. So there's really 4 parts of this move-in standard. First, we want to look at the property condition. Then we also want to look at safety and habitability. We also want to consider industry norms, and along with that, market expectations. So in order to do this, we have a couple different tools that we use internally that we'd be more than willing to share with you. Primarily, the first one is what we call our Make Ready checklist. We start by doing a detailed inspection of the property, either after you, the owner, have moved out or after your previous tenants have moved out. And this allows us to understand what is going to need to happen in order to get it to that move-in standard again. The next thing we'll do is schedule any necessary repairs and maintenance that needs to happen. Then we'll make sure that we do a professional cleaning, and of course, we'll do a final inspection to make sure that we have not only met that standard for us internally, but also for any tenants that might be interested in renting your property. Now, one of the tools that we use in order to meet our standard of property condition and also safety and habitability requirements is something we've developed called our Make Ready checklist. In this checklist, we go over appliances and fixtures to make sure that they're working properly. We look at the bathroom, not only the cleanliness, but any repairs or preventative measures that might need to be done in order to make sure that it runs smoothly for your tenants. We're also going to look at the living areas and the bedrooms, and then of course make sure that they have any of the necessary smoke detectors or anything else in there that would be a legal requirement, right? We're looking at GFCI outlets. We're looking at all these things that your property needs in order to meet a habitability standard and in order to minimize any sort of safety risk for your tenants living at this property. And this all exists in our Make Ready checklist that we use a trusted vendor, a handyman company, to accomplish at your rental property. We'd be more than willing to share that checklist with you as well, so you just reach out to us if you'd like a copy. The additional recommendations that we make here that bring it not only from habitable and safe, but to our true Uplift standard have to do with those industry norms and the market expectations. That includes things like window coverings, be it blinds or curtains, for all public-facing windows. These are things that tenants want inside a rental property. This also can include a manicured lawn, right? Making sure that it's free of brush or debris. These are all going to impact the marketability of your rental property. Is it a habitability standard? Not necessarily, but it will increase the attention that your property can get from tenants, and we've found that it allows your property to rent faster and at a higher price. So we've incorporated it into our Uplift standard. Another thing, something as simple as neutral paint colors. We understand that your daughter loved her hot pink bedroom. It was super fun for her to live in, but now that this is a rental property, we want to make sure that we're looking at industry norms and what is the market expecting. The market is expecting a neutral color palette for all of the paint inside this unit. Now, what are the benefits of meeting this Uplift standard or being rent ready? Of course, you're going to attract high quality tenants. You're going to have faster leasing times. You're going to have reduced maintenance issues during the tenancy that you have. And then of course, compliance with any housing regulations. You know, this is the ounce of prevention sort of thing that we're wanting to make sure that not only can we get your property rented quickly, but safely to high quality tenants. And this is why we at Uplift have developed the Uplift Move-In Standard. Reach out if you have any other questions. We'd love to go over this in detail with you specifically about your property and share the checklist and the standard that we've developed to make sure that we are uplifting your property.